Hey y'all, so today I've decided to make a kind of a bit of a random video for you solely because I haven't made one in a while, and usually I make new videos when I get new items to review and unbox and show off to the camera for the first time, but it's been a while since I've gotten a new item and I feel like it's still going to be a while till I get another, and it's been a while since I made another video, so I decided I'll do kind of a sort of update slash variety video for anyone who's been wanting to see the layout again. So, as far as updates go, you may notice something. Last time you saw the layout, there was easy track on it. So basically the entire inner loop and the inner loop, I guess, was entirely easy track, except for the sidings, and that made shunting pretty difficult and annoying, so I decided to just buy a bunch of Atlas track and replace it all. So here it is. I'll probably sell this or keep it around just in case. I don't really know, but it's gone, and I think the layout looks so much better because of it. Like, before I got rid of it, going into this quarry yard section was pretty much impossible to do, so whenever I wanted to shunt those cars, I would just have to do it with my hands, but now the layout flows a lot better. It's less cluttered. I know it really isn't, but it just looks like that, you know? So yeah, all the easy track is gone, and I don't intend on ever using it again, except for those, if you can see. Those are the only pieces of the easy track in the layout. It's because it's the only bumper stops I have. So, yep, that's pretty much it. I think last time I made a video, the yard was still in its old shape. I can't really remember, but I'll show it off anyway. So last time the yard, these sheds, instead of being perfectly parallel to each other, they were more at an angle, I guess, like a weird triangle type thing. It was really bugging me, so I messed around with the switches a bit, and it isn't perfect. You can see the track doesn't really perfectly straightly go in, but I think it's better, and with this method I even have an extra siding, so I have these coaches stored on it. And this extra other siding, I think I just had to change it around a little bit, but it's pretty much still the same. And I think also last time this part wasn't here. I might be wrong about this, but so this table, I don't have the green mat over. I'm not even sure if I'll get one for this, because I might just go with the more traditional grass mat, just to experiment, but I don't think these two sidings were here last time, but nothing really too special, just these two extra sidings. I had to do something with this switch, and decided to just use this. So we have some American stock here, and some German and British stuff here. Eventually, these won't be sidings. Eventually, they'll lead on to branch lines, because I plan to extend the layout just kind of going in a semi-oval type weird loop thing, connecting back to the main line, so that'll be fun to expand once I get around to it, but for now it's just a siding, and I actually think it looks quite nice. It's nice to have a place to store some rolling stock. So as far as the layout goes, pretty much all that's changed since the last time you saw it. I do have something else to show you though, and it involves that set of locomotive and rolling stock over there. Alright, so I'm going to tell you a story about this locomotive. So, as most of you know, but if you don't, it's a French TGV. I'm pretty sure this is the first design TGV. And the nice, classic, iconic orange livery. I love this thing to death. But a long time ago, when I was pretty early on in the hobby, in fact, I think this was like my 5th or 6th locomotive I've ever gotten. Got it at a local hobby shop, so one day it just stopped working, and me not really knowing how to fix locomotives just assumed, oh, if I open it up, the problem will be super obvious and I can fix it. Of course, that's not really how it works. A kid can't just open up a locomotive and everything just magically be better. So I tried to fix it. I opened it up. The body on these old Limas, I guess, just aren't super strong, and the thing shattered to pieces. The body, at least, that is. So at the time, it was my favorite locomotive, and I was pretty devastated, but I couldn't be too mad because it's not like the manufacturer or anyone else was responsible for it. It was just me in my early days of modeling, not knowing how to treat a locomotive. So you may be saying, if it's shattered to pieces, how is it standing here right in front of us? I have not bought a new one. Well, actually, funny story, I have bought a TGV on eBay, and it didn't work when it came, so I guess these things are kind of bad luck for me, but well, this is actually the old dummy unit. obviously this is a EMU, I guess you could call it, which is electrical multiple unit. So there's a unit at each end. So what I've done, and I'll kind of show you, I took the old dummy unit, which used to not have a motor in it, so it wasn't shattered to bits when I opened it up. And basically what I've done is, I've got to be careful here. I took the old motor from the old TGV. It's an old Lima ring-filled motor, so and I put it in the old dummy. So this is the first time I've ever really done something like this, and I don't think I really did it that well, but I basically just cut out all the, because this used to be like pure plastic down here. I cut that all out. Now the motor kind of fits snugly in there. Sorry, the lighting isn't that great. That's a common problem on this channel, actually. But the motor does just kind of slide out, and that means I kind of have to hold it awkwardly every time I want to move it, but it's something I can live with. And basically the way the motor works, the actual bogie that's attached to the motor only picks up electricity from one side. So what I've done is, I've got another bogie here and kind of put some, if you can see, pickups, electric tape just to hold it. I know it's not really professional, but oh well, it works. So yeah, just soldered the old wire, soldered it back to the motor, and now it runs. So I was pretty proud of myself for getting this thing to run again. I mean, considering it hasn't run in for, I don't even know, years now, but pretty happy that I have a working TGV again. Now, that's pretty all fine and dandy, but the story doesn't end there. So you may be wondering, how on earth do you have a second unit if, you know, the only other one that you could have had shattered to bits? Well, you may notice that this one has tons of cracks and holes in it. That's because this is actually the remnants of the old one. I decided to kind of, right after I did that, I kind of gathered up all the old pieces. I'm like, I'm going to try and glue this back to the best of my ability. You know, maybe put it somewhere on the layout just kind of as a memorial, I guess. And I didn't think I had as many pieces as I did, because I was pretty amazed to find that I was actually able to reconstruct pretty much the entire thing. In fact, obviously, the only piece I'm missing is a little light piece that would have gone in there. I have no clue where that went. Probably flew off when I first opened it and probably got thrown away at some point, but this isn't perfect either. You can see, like, especially on this roof bit, it's like huge cracks. I wasn't able to do it perfect, and I don't think the wheelbase down here, because that's also just kind of glued in. It turns fine because it has a pivot mechanism, but kind of hovers because of the weight that the electric pickup thing gets. I know the name, I just, what is it? Whatever. But now I do have a full TGV set. It's a scuffed TGV, and that's what I call it now, but I can get it running for you if it will cooperate. It is kind of finicky. This isn't probably something I'll run very often. Oh, wrong way. Oh, I'm gonna decoupled. Yeah, you can tell this is not a very good TGV. I'll probably end up buying a new one if I ever find one at a hobby store or train show for a good price. Because I like TGVs. I don't like having broken ones that barely work, but you can see, well, that's just it stopping on the switch, but you can see that it does indeed work, kinda. I say kinda. What's wrong? Oh. Well, it runs. It's gonna stop again. Alright. Yeah. I'll forever just call this the scuffed TGV, because that's ultimately what it is. A scuffed, barely working, but completely operational TGV that just a few days ago was nothing but bits of plastic. I think it's actually derailed, so yeah. Leave that to a stop. I might throw in some more footage of it running, but that's pretty much it I have to show you. So I might do some more of this video. I might run some other things just to, you know, but that's the TGV bit at least. Alright, so as a thank you for making it this long in the video, I've kind of randomly selected 2 locomotives to give a quick running session. Because I know that's what people like to see. They like to see trains moving, and so do I. So on the inner track we have this lovely Hornby J94. Love this locomotive to bits. And on the outer loop we have a Walthers GP9M in a wonderful CSX livery. So I'll give these some power and we'll watch them go. Thank you again for watching the video and enjoy the running session.